So, hello, dear participants. Today we'll speak with you about Introduction to Assistive Technologies, and we will speak about, according to next content. The first, concept and classification of assistive technologies, historical development and significance of assistive technologies in the education, international approaches and standard in the implementation of assistive technologies, ethical principles for the use of assistive technologies. So, we will speak about notion and meaning, assistive technologies, and its classification. And our main notions. What does it mean, assistive technologies? Let's speak about this and remain this and be attentive on this notion. According to the International Classification and Function Disability of Health, assistive technologies are any devices, equipment, software or system used to enhance the functional capability of person with difficulties, disabilities. These technologies do not just make life easier, they open up access to education, work, social life, and independence and dignity. For example, it can be screen readers for the blind hearing case, special keyboards, alternative communication programs, and electric wheelers are an example of assistive technology. So, the main purpose of assistive technology is to ensure the maximum participants of such students in public life, in particular in the education process, by reducing the barriers they face. So, let's stand on a classification of assistive technology. High-tech, mid-tech, and low-tech. Let's see what they pay and make what is this classification. By level of technology complexity. High-tech, advanced electronic devices. Example, communication pictograms, technical books for children with visual impairments, and long-held magnificent lessons of reading. Medium tech, moderate complexity devices, includes electronic devices that perform the specific function but have limited customization options. Example includes audio players for listening to education materials, calculators with large buttons or adapting computer with mice, high-tech IT, complex electronic and digital systems that use software, artificial intelligence, or other technology. So next, continue. Functions of assistive technology. According to functional purpose, it can be communicative assistive technology, provides alternative or additional means of communication for individuals who cannot use spoken or written language. This includes communicators, specific application devices with pictograms of speech sentences that helps express thoughts, needs, and emotions. It can be educational assistive technologies, facilitates the simulation of educational material. Mobility technology, facilitates movement, spatial orientation, participation in physical activity. Visual technology, compensate for visual impairments or replace lost function. Hearing technology, improve, replace hearing function. This includes hearing aids, cochlear implants, including loops, visual alarms, subtitles, and speech-to-text software. So next, it will be care and independent technology, assisting performing everyday tasks such as taking medication, preparing food, and personal care. And we have next classification, according by level of complexity. Another way to access assistive technology is by the complexity of its design and functionality. Sample, system technology devices, complex. Sample is our mechanism or non-electronic devices that do not require complex configuration. Complex, electronic system or digital platforms that open multiplexional software. Example includes speech-to-text software, electronic organizer, and touch control electronic wheelhouse, for example. Next, by large group, depending on the nature of development disorder, we can provide functional limitation. Assistive technology are classified according to the needs of specific large group. This approach allows for more assistant selection of tools that truly promote the child's development and participation. for students with hearing impairments, students with visual impairments, students with motor impairments, and students with speech impairments, and with mental disorder. By area of application, next classification can be education, work, everyday life, medicine, recreation. So we have next function of assistive technology: enhancement, maintenance, compensation, and prevention. According to all this classification you can hear. Example of assistive technology: mobility aids, hearing aids, visual aids, communication aids. So next, continue. Let's speak a few words about history of assistive technology. We can see not so big chain. We start with early adaptive devices in 1915s. And really, in global context, the first attempts to create assistive learning tools appear in early as the 1950s and 1960s. Then we can continue with emergence of digital assistive technology. And here we stand on 1980s. When we speak about the early 2000s, the present day, assistive technology has evolved in intelligent systems that use machine learning algorithms, artificial intelligence, cloud technologies, and biometric sensors. And today innovative technology, and this process began to change after 2017 when Nordic countries launched its inclusive educational reform, and number of regulations were adopted and provided for assistive technology. And we have a really legal regulation of this process with next international documents and Ukraine law. So it's different laws of United Nations, Salamanca Declaration, and ICO. And in Ukraine's local law, it's law on education, cabinet ministry resolutions, and so on. So we continue with such points when these different documents really regulate inclusion, accessibility, universal design. And here we can stand on different ethical principles of assistive technology. One of key principles is voluntariness. The next is principle of privacy, and the third fundamental principle of respect for the individual. All these ethical principles, I will repeat again: voluntariness, privacy, respect for individuals, must be integrated into the daily practice of education and social workers. So these principles are not addition to the techniques process, but its foundation. Without an ethical foundation, even the most advanced technologies can lose their humanitarian value and become tools of control, isolation, and stigmatization. So this is why the training of specialists in the field of inclusive education should include not only technical knowledge, but also the deep understanding of the ethical principles governments and the use of assistive technology. This will ensure not only accessibility, but also dignity, safety, and development of every child. Thus, ethical principles of using digital technology in working with children are not just the set of rules, but a comprehensive system of values that ensure a harmonization combination of innovative and humanitarian providing of development of assistive technology according to using with children, with people, with students with special needs, as it really helps to create an environment where technology serves the best interest of the child, of the students, supports their development, and protects their rights. So, assistive technology are not just tools, but a bridge to quality and inclusive education. The content implementation require multidisciplinary education and legal framework and pedagogical sensitivity. Modern educators must have a basic knowledge of assistive technology and be able to choose tools according to the needs of the child and be open to innovation. Thank you for your attention, and we'll continue with the next topic.